Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the future participle. So the key thing to note about the future participle is that it must refer to an action that takes place after, and I must underline that because that is essential, it takes place after the action of the main verb. So here's our timeline. Let's say the action of the main verb is happening here in the present. Now the future participle is used if we were talking about an action that happens after this action, so in the future. So a good translation of the future participle is usually about to, because it encapsulates this idea of future. It happens after. About to is referring to a future event. So e.g. the sentence "The slaves about to die escaped." So that's just a basic sentence incorporating the future participle. So now we're going to talk about the formation. So you take the future stem. So let's just take the example of paro, as we always do. Paro is I stop. Future stem is just paus with the added on sigma. That's the future stem. And then present participle endings. It's as simple as that. So we've already gone through the present participle endings. On, usa, on. So you're going to get paus on. So now let's write that to the side. It's just going to be pauson, paususa, pauson. As simple as that. Okay, so now we've talked about the formation, let's discuss the uses of the future participle. So the uses are identical to those of the other participles. Remember, the only difference is in terms of tense. So we've already discussed the attributive and the circumstantial, extensively. So those are going to be the two uses. One, circumstantial, and the other, attributive. Okay, so why don't we have a little example of that? So let's take the sentence, "The slaves who were about to release the horses heard a shout." Slaves who were about to release the horses heard a shout. Sorry, it's a bit compact, but I don't have enough sentence to put it all on one line. Okay, so the subject of this sentence is of course the slaves, so hoi douloi, who were about to release the horses. So who is your indication that this is using the attributive use, okay? That's going to be hoi douloi, hoi. So now let's put in the object of the subordinate clause, so the horses. So tous hippus, who were about to release. So remember, about to is referring to a future event, so as in an event that is happening after the hearing of this shout. So that's going to be lu. So lus is the stem, the future stem, and then that's just going to be agreeing with hoi douloi, so we're going to get lusontes. And then heard a shout, so boen is our word for shout. Obviously that's going into the accusative because it's the object of the core sentence here. And then heard, and then that's referring back to hoi douloi, so ku san. So that, my friends, is your answer. Okay, so you also have noticed that I've written sense of purpose here. So the future participle does also have an additional use that the aorist and the present participles don't have. So all future participles have a sort of sense of purpose. So for example, even just saying about to, that has a sense of purpose to it. Now, a key use is that hos, the word hos, plus future participle, okay, so I've just abbreviated it a bit there, is a purpose clause. So that is a purpose clause. So I do X in order to do Y. That's obviously your basic structure of a purpose clause. So this, in this case, it would be the slaves, well, I mean, I'll just make one up, in fact. The slaves released the horses to please their master. That's a purpose clause. You could also say, you know, the slaves released the horses in order to please their master. Or the slaves released the horses so that they could please their master. These are all forms of, you know, a purpose clause. So the participle always has to agree with the subject of the main verb, even in a purpose clause with hos. So guys, that's really all there is to talk about regarding future participles. Just remember as well that just how, you know, when you're forming the future stem, you might have to undergo some spelling changes. Well, it's the same for the participle because you're using the future stem. So, for example, the for klepto, which means I steal, the future is going to be klepso with a psi, right? Which means the participle is going to be klepson, like that, okay? Super simple, super easy. Hope you've understood this video and stay tuned for more. See you in the next video.